This is a video on how to draw the Lumio lamp, or a lamp something like this, in shape art. Ours isn't going to be exact, it's not going to move, but it will give the user an impression of this light certainly. And we're going to draw it in two different ways, or two different views, to give a full indication to the user. So in fact, we'll start with this. Here's one I drew earlier, or in fact two that I drew earlier. So you can see I've drawn it. If I just get rid of some of these, you can see it more clearly. I've drawn it both open and closed, and that's what we're going to achieve today, drawing it in those two positions. So let's start with a new project. So I'm going to actually go to home and do a new project. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm just going to close that out so I don't want to see it. So I use the items button to get rid of that, because at the minute I don't want it, or that would be useful later. So I'm going to sketch. When I sketch, I get these three different planes that I can draw on, and this gives us a kind of nice indication. This is the floor, and these are two different walls that we're able to draw on. So I'm going to start with the floor, and I'm going to get the rectangle tool, and I'm just going to draw like this, and then I'm going to change the dimensions. So the dimensions I want are 150 millimeters by, let's just start that again actually. So I'm going to zoom out a little bit because it's quite big. So it's 150 by 20 that I want, 200 sorry, that I want it to be. So I'm going to put 200 in here, and then tab and 150. Then I'm going to zoom out. So this is one of the panels of my lamp. Then I'm going to just repeat that here. 150 by 200. So you can type it in, or you can just line it up here. Nice, that's 150 by 200. And I'm just double clicking on the view cube to change the position of the view. Now I'm going to select one, and I'm going to extrude it up by 2 millimeters, and the same on the other, and I want to keep them as separate parts, so bring that up by 2 as well. Nice. So these are my two bases. I'm now going to come to this cube up here, modeling, where it says modeling. I'm going to change the environment from modeling to visualization, and now I can apply materials to it. So I need to change it from the default to my choice of materials. If I click here, I'm going to choose wood. I'm going to choose a wood that I like. So just for playing around earlier, ash board was quite nice. So we're going to make that. Didn't come across. Let's try that again. Ash board, clear coats. Oh, not sure that's not coming across. Let's just click done and try that again. Okay, let's try this again. Try wood, ash board, clear coats. There we are. There we are. So we've now made the base into the material we want. So we're going to go from visualization back to modeling. Now here it gets a little bit more complicated, but if you stick with me, I promise it will be quite easy. So I've zoomed out quite a lot. I'm going to click sketch, and now these panels are very visible. These are very visible. When I was zoomed in, they were harder to see. So zooming out lets me see them. I'm going to click on this back one. It's vital you click this one and not this one. So click here. And now, because I've drawn my panels from this center line, I can draw what I need to on top of that. So I get circle, go to the center, click up and out like this. Now double click on front, and you can see what we've done. We've drawn that, but I want to continue editing it. So I double click on sketch, so it goes blue, click it from the front, I'm back on it. Now I'm going to draw a circle. The exact size of this doesn't really matter. So I'm going to make mine 30 because that looks okay. And now I'm going to do a really clever thing. These three little dots where it says more, click here, click pattern, circular pattern, happy days, click here, click the object I want to move, and now it's going to rotate it around this center point. But I don't want the center point here, I want the center point here. And now, when I rotate it, as if by magic, it's giving me multiples. I want 12, should we try? Yeah, looks about right. Now double click on front, and now all I need to do is get this bit and extrude that across to there to 200. And now, when I go from modeling to visualization, I'm going to change the material, and I'm going to choose utility and emissive, and that is going to give me the light that I need. Sorry, I was interrupted by an important phone call, so let me just see if I can carry back on. So, now that we've said we want to change the color, we can choose environments. Get rid of that, get rid of wood, choose, come on, utility, sorry, and emissive, and drag that over, and that's what gives us that fantastic glow. But I find the grey background's not so good, so I click environment, and I come here to color mode, click the wheel, and then I chose blue, but you could choose any color you like, and then we click on that, and it's got that color for us, and we can change whatever color the background. So if you have quite a dark color, we're going to see that glow much better. Okay, so that's the first part. Now we go back from visualization to modeling, and we're going to draw it closed. So for that, I'm going to select all of this and just simply move that out the way, because otherwise it will get in the way. Then I'm going to do a new sketch on this wall, not this one or this one, but this one. This body is going to get in the way a little bit. It's going to be sort of getting in the way as I'm trying to draw. So I'm just going to close it off by just clicking on the eyes. That's gone. It hasn't gone. It's just the eyes are switched off so we can't see it. And on the new sketch, I'm going to get a rectangle. Remember my numbers. So it's going to be 200 high by 150 wide. So back in 150 by 200. Click on the cube to make it 3D, 2 millimeters. And then what I'm now going to do is I'm going to make a copy. So if I click on this, click the word copy, I can pull a second one out, and it's 40 millimeters across. That looks pretty good. Now, you need to be quite focused with me. So we click on new sketch, but this time we're clicking on the end here. And we're doing a rectangle from this corner down to this corner. This is just making the back, the spine, if you like. Click there. And we're going to use this sketch in two different ways. The first thing we're going to do is click on it, and we're going to drag it all the way here. So that should be 150. And then I'm going to switch that off with the eye. I'm going to switch, make sure sketch 4 is on. I've selected sketch 4. I'm going to click it, and again I'm going to pull it out, but only by 2 millimeters. All will become clear in a second. So that should give me a new body. What happened to my body? Yeah, there we are. Different bodies. Body 6 and body 7. Now, when I go to visualization, I'm going to again change the colors. So from here, utility, this. Come on, move a bit slow. Come on, utility. Try one more time, come on. Okay, let's try the wood instead. I think the computer's lagging a little bit because I'm recording as well as producing. So I'm going to make these panels wood. Going to get here, spin that round. Come on, you can do it, computer. I think my computer's protesting because it feels it should get a weather day as well, not have to do all this heavy work. Finally, if I can get this emissive, everything will be great. Yay! Beautiful. Now let's switch on these other bodies. And let's zoom out. And now we have our complete Lumio lamp drawn open and closed. How cool is that? So let's hope this video worked, and let's hope it wasn't too interrupted.